Let's see if this line's any better. Okay, and I've done about everything I can, so let's go with it. Okay, gotcha.
Back at Patriots Stadium, David Satterfield and Todd Collins representing the Patriots tonight as captains for the coin tossing ceremony. The Chiefs of Cherokee High School won the toss and have elected to receive. And Keith, we're getting ready to tee it up.
That's right, Bill. As you can see across the field right now, both of these ball clubs are very well coached, very well mannered ball teams, and I think that you won't ask for two better coaches that like discipline on the football field at all times. Coach Kisbeth and Coach Severance are very good friends. I coached with Coach Kisbeth and also the rest of the coaches here at the high school. We had an opportunity of swapping out game films and visiting with other coaches. We probably have the best relationship with these young men from Cherokee High School and any coach that we've been across the Intermountain.
All right, Cherokee now breaking out of their huddle, coming out on the field. The Patriots are already lined up and poised for the kickoff. Bobby Morgan will be handling the kickoff chores, as he has since the beginning of the season. Deep for the Chiefs will be David Ezell and Ronnie Pope. Morgan takes a long approach to the ball this time, hits a line drive down to the 10, taken by Ezell out to the 20, breaks outside across the 25 to around the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, and Bobby Morgan hit on the stop.
Terry Cunningham was also on that coming in very quickly, Bill, and as you can tell right now, kickoff returns on the very charged up there. Because of the first 2 minutes on our belt, not seeing too much yardage going on any of these.
James Snodgrass also got a piece of that action, so give him some credit. All right, up in the I formation is quarterback Ted Trent. He takes and gives to the deep back Pope, and Pope on a reverse, so pitches out there, breaks away and tries to get outside, but he's knocked out of bounds over there by John David Holland. Actually a loss on the play.
John David came up and did just an excellent job along with Dougal Spivey, and Dougal's showing that he's going to have to be going both ways tonight, and I believe that he'll be able to do all that position as that offensive and defensive tackle.
2nd and 11 for the Chiefs, ball at their own 28-yard line. Play just getting underway here in Dumpling Valley. Ted Trent, again out of the eye, drops straight back. He's looking to pass. He's got pressure, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back inside the 20-yard line.
That was Todd Collins, and Todd had a lot of assistance that time by Paul Hilton. That's just a great team effort on both of them. They both put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Ted Trent, and Ted just couldn't get away from it.
Paul Hilton starting tonight in place of the injured Andre Batts. 2nd and long, 2nd and call it correction 3rd and 18 for the Chiefs. Ball back at their own 20-yard line. Trent takes on a draw play. The fullback, Ezell, gets up across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ezell was tripped up a little bit there by David Satterfield before he was tackled by Johnny Williams. And Johnny is going to be in a lot of tackles here this evening because I believe we're going to be able to handle him up on the offensive defensive lines tonight.
So it'll be 4th and about 12 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 26, closer to the 27-yard line. As Stacy Ryans drops back into punt formation. Kenny Madison deep for the Patriots. Ryans hits it. Good floating kick. Going to be taken at the 40, the 41. Giving ground is Madison trying to get outside, and he's going to be caught. And no, he gets away from that tackle. Now he's coming back to the near side, and he's going to be thrown again. This time back at the 35-yard line, and a flag on the play.
Well, I'll tell you, Kenny covered from sideline to sideline on that, Bill, and if Kenny could have beaten the one block on the front of the Cherokee Chiefs bench over there, he had the wall set up all the way down. They could possibly be in return for a touchdown. One man did have him, number 35, which is Nicholas Lawson, just did a great job just hanging on to his jersey and came back and made the tackle.
Looks like the penalty is going to be marked off against the Chiefs. And it's a major penalty, moving the ball all the way down near midfield. In fact, this put it down right on midfield. A face mask violation against the Chiefs, and gives the Patriots 1st and 10 at midfield. Play just getting underway here in the first period. No score. Taylor Quarles brings them up. Backs are Eric Carter and Kenny Madison. They're split. Jesse Day wide to the right. Taylor Quarles keeps, breaks one tackle out inside the 45, down near the 42-yard line.
Taylor was tackled that time, Bill, by the Stacy Ryman. Stacy is playing right now as a middle linebacker. One thing Taylor did see is that there was a 6-man line. There was nobody over the center, and so he just decided to call his own number and take it on up the middle. One thing that Cherokee will have problems with, if we do go into our passing attack game, there's only one free safety back in the back and 2 corners, so we're going to be leaving the tight end open quite a bit with the defense that they're running out of the 62.
Darren Cunningham in with the play, replacing Eric Carter. He and Madison are split. Quarles takes, pitches to Madison, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, down as he gets inside the 20 to near the 18-yard line.
Well, Bill, I'll tell you, we had one man in front of him, and Aaron Breeden was looking downfield to take a block on one of the Cherokee Chiefs, and Madison made the cut and fell over Breeden's foot. That was just an outstanding read by Taylor Quarles. He pitched the ball real well and read the option down the line, and so our offense is clicking just like we expected tonight.
Put it down at the 19-yard line, call it 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Cherokee Chiefs 19-yard line. John David Holland, replacing Tracy Ivey, brings in the play. Jesse Day split wide to the right. Madison and Cunningham, your running backs. Taylor Quarles takes straight ahead to Cunningham, breaks a tackle, breaks out of the crowd, down inside the 15, down around the 12 or 13-yard line.
That tackle this time was made by number 19, David Azell, and David made the tackle about 5 yards back. Our offensive line is coming very well off the football this evening. Cherokee is going to have to be doing one thing. They're going to have to stunt some inside. They opened up with a double eagle defense that time, which is just a 5-3 look inside with wide splits. And this time they're closing the gaps down.
2nd and 4 at the 13 as Taylor Quarles brings them up. Looks to be maybe checking off. Takes, turns around, looks for Todd Collins with a quick pass over the middle. Touchdown.
That's what I was telling you, Bill, earlier about the second play, that the Cherokee Chiefs won in that 62 defense, and all they had to do is Taylor sucked up inside, come around and faked it and twirled, and the tight end was wide open across the middle for 6 points.
13-yard pass right over the middle, right on the dead run from Taylor Quarles to Todd Collins for the touchdown. Anthony Dawkins in to attempt the point after. John David Holland will be holding, Andrew Everett snapping. Snap, the ball's down. The kick by Dawkins is up. The kick is good. Timeout on the field. The score, Patriots 7, Cherokee nothing. We'll be back after this.
They're looking serious.
Back in Dumpling Valley at Patriots Stadium, where it didn't take the Patriots long on their first possession, a 50-yard sustained drive, leading to a 7-0 score with 7:53 remaining in the first period. Bobby Morgan hits a low spiraling kick that's going to go out of bounds down around the 19-yard line. A diving attempt to save it and come up with a recovery was John David Holland, but to no avail. So we'll have to tee it up from 5 yards deeper and put it in play again.
John David did an outstanding job trying to come down the field and try to get that football before it went out of bounds. As long as it goes across 10 yards, it's a live football, and we're able to recover it. One mistake that Jimmy Horner did, he was just watching the ball, and I'm sure that Coach Salbert will make sure that Jimmy Horner knows better to cover the ball up or make sure that he can hit John David Holland out of bounds so they don't cough up the football.
Bobby Morgan trying a longer approach, having been taking only 2 steps all year long, and now he's starting from 11 yards back. Ball teed up at the 35. The long approach, good high kick by Morgan. It's going to be taken at the 10 by Ezell. Goes to the far side across the 15, the 20, 25. Looks for running room. Hit down as he crosses the 30 to the 31 or 32-yard line.
Darren Cunningham came up from the sidelines and just made an outstanding single tackle on that. And kickoff team is getting downfield quite well tonight, Bill. And I believe that Coach Kisbert has spent a lot more time working on kicking game this week after talking to him. He said that we see a big difference, and so far we have.
Good help there by Scott Henson also in on the play, and it's good to see Scott back in the lineup and playing, and he's remaining in there on defense now at the free safety position as Ted Trent brings him up this time with his backs split. There's some movement out there, and I believe that the offensive line may have jumped.
Quarterback Ted Trent went up there and looked like he wanted to call a little audible, and I don't believe that everybody was listening to it. The center got a little bit excited, Randy Burton, and snapped it on the wrong snap count.
And with a motion penalty of 5 yards will be stepped off against the Chiefs. And that'll move it back to the 26-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15. Put it down, it's closer to the 27. 1st and 15 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 27. 7:14 remaining to be played in the first quarter. Patriots lead it 7-0. Trent takes, drops back to throw. He's looking for Pope, and it's intercepted, but there's a flag on the play. The pass is picked off of Scott Henson. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 15. He's knocked out of bounds near the 12-yard line on a late hit there by Scott Bradley, but we got a flag back up around the 42, 43-yard line in Patriot territory, and a interference penalty may be called against the Patriot defense.
Well, I believe you're right. Darren Cunningham turned just a little bit quick on Bonnie Pope. He split in, and you just have to give your receiver a little bit more room than what Darren was trying to. It was an excellent run downfield, and as you said, there was a lot of action because there was a late hit, but the official didn't catch that on the far end.
Mike Smith, nose guard for the Patriots, limps off. Doesn't look to be too serious. I haven't picked up Scott Hickey's number yet, but I would assume that he has replaced Mike in the at the nose position for the Patriots. So the Patriots are penalized for the interference, which will give the Chiefs a first down, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Scott Hickey in at the nose position for the Patriots, replacing Mike Smith, who's getting a breather. Trent back to pass. He's looking out there for Ronnie Pope, but the ball is underthrown up around midfield. Good coverage there by Darren Cunningham, backed up by Scott Henson, but the ball was poorly thrown. Good pressure being put on the quarterback.
Ted Trent had a lot of pressure that time by Johnny Williams and also Google Spivey, Todd Collins, and that whole defensive line. I'd say that Johnny Williams is just doing an outstanding job right now, along with Hickey that's filling in for Smith.
2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 6:53 remaining in the first period. They trail 7-0 as Trent takes his to his up back, and he gets short yardage, maybe a yard, maybe not.
That's a little bit delayed draw. We had Johnny Williams along with John David Holland on the tackle. It's the same kind of little delayed draw that we've been using in our offense for many years that I've been around Jefferson County, and it's so successful. A lot of ball clubs in the IMAC right now are using it.
Okay, Mike Smith back into the lineup now, replacing Scott Hickey, so evidently he was okay. Let's call it 3rd and 10. There may have been a 4th of a yard gain. 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs, and Trent throws out to the right, looking to throw, runs out of the pocket, gets some yardage, but he's going to be short of the first down as he gets up across the 45 to the 46-yard line, where he's knocked out of bounds by Tracy Ivey.
David Satterfield put the initial lick on him, and David had a little linebacker blitz inside, and then he came out of the pocket. Dougal Spivey was right there to meet him and shove him out of bounds.
Dougal getting up a little slow over there and sort of limping onto the field over there.
Paul Helton's doing an outstanding job on this right defensive end job right now. Paul is seeing some action in there for an injury that we have in one of our ball players tonight, and he's doing an outstanding job on this tight end.
Stacey Ryan standing at his own 34 in punt formation, pulls down a high snap and gets a good spiral kickoff. It's going to be allowed to bounce out of bounds. Good kick, out of bounds at the Patriot 15-yard line. Call it the 14-yard line. So Ryans does a good job on that kick, angling it away from Kenny Madison out of bounds, and puts the Patriots deep in their own territory, closer to their 13-yard line, with a 1st and 10 with 5:59 remaining in the first period. They lead it 7-0.
Jefferson County is going to be coming back out with those split backs. Taylor Quarles is coming into the ball game right now after instructions from Coach Anthony and Coach Kisbeth, and I'm sure the first few plays that we'll be telling you about will be to see if Cherokee decides to change their defense or stay with the same defense that they've been looking the first series.
Those split backs are Kenny Madison and Eric Carter. Taylor Quarles, the quarterback, takes inside, keeps it himself, cuts upfield, gets some running room out to the 20, across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Good job of picking his way and reading the veer.
Just did an outstanding job that time behind the tackle of behind the block of Brian Overby and Mike Smith. And also Douglas Spivey had the option that time to pitch the ball off to Eric Carter, but he kept the ball and gained about 7 to 8 yards on his own, right behind his blockers, Overby and Smith.
Jason Inslee, the sophomore wide receiver, in replacing Jesse Day, and he split wide to the right on a 2nd and 3 situation. The give is straight ahead to Carter, and Carter gets out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. That'll be good enough yardage for a 1st down for the Patriots.
Well, Eric did a great job reading his block. He took the counter step to the right side and then went back across to the quick side of our offensive line and was just barely tripped up. And there was about 2 men between him and running about a 73-yard touchdown if he would have not been tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
Officials spot the ball back at the 25. Jesse Day back in replacing Jason Inslee. So Coach Kisbeth gives Cherokee an early look at the outstanding sophomore receiver, then takes him out. Quarles gives straight ahead over the left side to Kenny Madison, running straight ahead out to the 30.
That time with the Cherokee Chiefs had number 32, Jeff Horner, 6 foot 181, is making a lot of tackles tonight on the linebacker position, along with number 11, which is Stacy Ryans. Stacy's playing that strong safety position, and I'm very sure that Stacy is going to have his arms full all night long, especially if Taylor starts reading his defense like he did when he threw the touchdown to Collins a little while ago.
2nd and 5 for the Patriots as Quarles takes. Quarles gives to Carter. Carter breaks the tackle out around the 35, gets on around the 38-yard line. There's a flag on the play, and we may have a hold.
Well, I believe that you're going to be right, Bill, because Douglas Spivey was down on the bottom of the turf, and looks like the official had him right there and just gave him a low bluff call. Dougal knew about it. He stood right up and didn't say a thing and was going back in the huddle.
4 minutes, 11 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter here in Dumpling Valley. Patriots lead it 7-0 over the Chiefs of Cherokee High School. Penalty being marked off against the Patriots will move the ball back deep into Patriot territory, momentarily halting a good drive they had going. Puts the ball down at the Patriot 21-yard line.
Bill Taylor doing just an outstanding job calling audibles on this line tonight. He sees where the linebackers have been trying to stunt. They're not hiding it anyway. They're coming up onto the line of scrimmage, and Taylor's just going the opposite way, and we are just about 1 or 2 blocks, 3 or 4 yards down the field, or our running backs are going to be breaking quite a few for long yardage.
2nd and 14 for the Patriots. Inslee back in. They're looking out there for Tracy Ivey, and the ball goes through his hands. Pretty good coverage out there, but Taylor probably led him just a little bit too much. Nice effort by Tracy Ivey.
Well, I believe that we had a little bit of pass route confusion right there. We had Tracy Ivey, which was running the straight downfield curl, and then we also had Inslee, which was supposed to probably be running the hooking pattern on that, and both of them were in the same vicinity, and usually Coach Anthony wouldn't have 2 people in the same vicinity. He likes to bottom up or crisscross it.
3rd down, 14 yards to go for the Patriots, deep in their own territory at the 21. Taylor Quarles takes, rolls back, looking to throw. Look out here in the flat, intended for Todd Collins, and it was almost intercepted by Stacy Ryans, and had it been intercepted, it would have been a clear route for a Cherokee touchdown.
Well, I tell you, that's the first time that I've seen Taylor that just hadn't seen a strong safety. He usually reads the defense very well, and one thing that he did, Stacy isn't that very tall. He's just hit himself. I should say he's very tall, so I should have said he's 6'4" and 178 pounds.
Okay, Johnny Williams in for only his second punt of the year. He has a 52-yard average, and that kick may have been partially blocked. But it gets a good Patriot roll and is going to roll out of bounds down at the 43-yard line in Cherokee territory.
The ball did have a good roll. Johnny had a lot of pressure on him from up the middle. What Coach Kisbeth was doing was releasing the defensive lineman so we could get downfield and try to get good ball coverage. As he said, Cherokee is taking the ball over now on the 43-yard line.
It looks like the Chiefs coming into this game thinking, well, you know, let's take some risk. Let's take some chances and let's go for it. That's about the only chance we've got.
Well, they've done that, and they've been successful, really. They put a lot of pressure on tight end coming out that last series of down, and I believe that they're going to put some more linebacker blitzes in.
Ted Trent with his back split, rolls out to the right. He's got a lot of pressure. He's throwing, has a man down there around the 48, but he's underthrown.
Had a lot of pressure that time, Bill, by Eric Greer. Eric came on an outside, you might want to call it a red dog or a bulldog blitz, along with David Satterfield inside. The ball was underthrown, and Jason Hensley was right there to make sure that nobody caught the football for the Chiefs.
The pass was intended for Brett Margajak, and the incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:35 remaining in the first period. Patriots leading at 7-0. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 43-yard line. They're coming out of the huddle now, this time in an I formation. The up back is fullback Jim Horner, the tailback Scott Bradley. The rollout again, the pass is intended out there and complete, and it's going to be a long gainer down inside the 35 to the Patriot 30-yard line, a complete pass to Ronnie Pope to split in.
Ronnie Pope that time showed that he can run his pass routes very well, and also that he has some excellent speed. John David Hyman slipped by him, and Pope gained about another 7 yards, and then also Pope was a little bit shaken up on the sidelines.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs with a first down, a big gainer, down to the Patriot 29-yard line. And they're still working on Ronnie Pope, I believe, on the far sideline, right near the Cherokee bench.
Well, Ronnie took an excellent shot to the side, and then also when he came down on it, he fell on the football, so I'm sure he lost a little bit of air, and I just hope that there's not any fractures or bruised on his ribs either.
Fine execution as Ted Trent took the snap and rolled out to the right and fired a perfect strike to Ronnie Pope. He split in down the right sideline, and he picked up some good running room and made the first down.
Ronnie Pope, he's just an all-around ball player, Bill. Ronnie has had 5 returns and for 43 yards, an average of 8.6 yards, and then also he's Cherokee's #1 receiver with 8 receptions for 1 touchdown for 126 yards total, and that's putting him 4th in this IMAC conference in total receiving.
Ronnie seems to be all right now. He's up and gets a good hand from the Patriot side of the field. And he's being replaced in the lineup now, and looks like we're ready to go. With 3:27 remaining in the first period, Patriots leading at 7-0, but the Chiefs on the move for the 1st and 10 at the Patriot 31-yard line. Ted Trent takes, again, rolling back the pass. He's firing out there, and it's intended down around the 24-yard line for Stacy Rhymes, but the pass is pretty low. It would have been a great catch if he'd gotten it. Coverage there by Tracy Ivey and John David Holland.
And also David Satterfield read the passing offense of Cherokee very well. He dropped back into the secondary and gave Ivey and also Holland a little extra coverage. Cherokee also had Brett Martinzak, which is a flanker. It was in the same pass area, so we did have a great, outstanding job coverage on the 2 of the receivers against 3 of our defenders.
2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. Ted Trent with the I formation, rolling out to the right, looking to throw. Has a man over there, his up back number 33, Jim Horner, who hauls it in and then runs out of bounds inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. It looked like he had more running room there, and don't know if he knew where he was or not, but he stepped out of bounds.
Well, he did that, Bill, because he didn't have total control over the football. He was juggling the football as Darren Cunningham, along with David Satterfield, knocked him out of bounds. If he had the control around the 25-yard line, he could have turned back inside and had a few more yardage.
Horner was wide open over there on underneath the coverage, and pretty good gainer down to the 24-yard line, where it's 3rd and a short 3 for the first down. The give inside to the running back, the tailback Pope, and he didn't get anything.
He sure did, and Coach Kisbeth had a defensive back, what we might call a free safety blitz by Tracy Ivy, and Tracy just blitzed right through the hole that the running back was running to and made him right in the middle of it.
Correction, that was tailback was Scott Bradley on that play. So the Chiefs with a 4th and 3 situation, ball at the Patriot 24, lining up for a field goal, which will be attempted by Chad Mountain, a 5'5", 138-pound junior. Snap, the ball's down, a soccer-style kicker hits it, and it's going to be short and wide. So the Patriots are held. And with 2:36 remaining in the first period, still lead 7-0 after a slight scare.
Well, Coach Seibert did that because last week Chad Mountain had a 35-yard field goal, which helped put the Cherokee Chiefs over victory last week. One thing that we did notice that Coach Kisbeth is still staying with his basic 52 defense and also blitzing both inside and out. So I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of difference, except we may be seeing some younger ball players coming in later on in the ball game.
Quarles fakes to Madison, keeps himself across the 25, out across the 30, out across the 35, across the 40, down around the 42-yard line on a good gainer by quarterback Taylor Quarles, reading the veer perfectly.
Taylor read the veer, the defensive end came across and was looking for tailback, which at that time was Carter. And Carter decided that he didn't want the football, and Taylor tucked it in and just gained some outstanding yardage on that carry on his own.
1st and 10 Patriots, ball just short of their own 42-yard line. Bobby Morgan into the backfield, replacing Kenny Madison as Quarles looks him over, takes, gives to Morgan straight ahead, and he, or did I miss it?
Bill, there was a little bit of problem in the exchange right there, and Taylor decided to keep the ball back inside. And when Taylor did that, number 51, Kevin LaForce, and now Randy Burton saw that Taylor decided he wanted to run the football this time again, and they stopped him for about a 3-yard loss.
Well, now they're putting it down at the across the 42, and about a half-a-yard gain. Let's call it 2nd and 9 for the Patriots at their own 42. So Quarles did make it back to the line of scrimmage, and then just a little bit more. Backs are split. Again, this time looks across the center there for Todd Cotton. No, it's Tracy Ivy. A quick look in pass to Tracy Ivy, and Tracy is trying to debate with the referee over there that he was held up.
One thing that Coach Roberts Lewis teaches his receivers is if you don't make a good catch, make sure that you can act real well. And that's what Tracy was trying to do, and but he was caught because there was a gentleman in a striped shirt on both sides of him that time. One of them saw him complete the football or catch, and then also one saw him hit the ground.
3rd and 9 for the Patriots, as once again a drive has stalled momentarily. 3rd and 9, a minute 24 remaining in the first period. Taylor Quarles takes, he's going to rolling out to the right. He's looking to throw. He has it intended down there for Jason Inslee, and he couldn't pull it in down around the 45-yard line of Cherokee. So we've got a kicking situation for the Patriots for the 2nd time tonight, and for only the 3rd time this year.
Stacey Rhines just did an outstanding job on Inslee that time, and Taylor was out of the pocket just a little bit, rolling to his right side and throwing with that left arm. It's a little bit more difficult than you can throw with the right arm. Taylor's going to be throwing a lot of footballs tonight, especially on these short curl patterns, and I think also the tight ends inside.
Johnny Williams dropping back into punt formation for the Patriots, standing at the 30-yard line. There's some quick movement out there, and I believe an offside call is going to be called as the kick gets away, and it's going to be allowed to roll dead at the Cherokee 22-yard line. Ronnie Pope was back there to receive, but I believe that the Cherokee left tackle jumped off sides.
He sure did. Left tackle was Stacy Bowman. Stacy got a little bit excited, but then I think Cherokee was trying to get excited. They have 10 men up on the line right now, and nobody back here to block for Ted Trent, which is back here receiving the punt right now. And I'm sorry, not Ted Trent, Ronnie Pope. And Ronnie's going to have a lot of ground to cover by himself unless some of these defensive people drop back on this punt.
5-yard penalty, stepped off against the Chiefs, moves the ball out to the 47-yard line, where it'll be 4th and 5, closer to 4 for the Patriots. Johnny Williams moves up to the 35-yard line to receive the snap. Ronnie Pope standing at his own 10-yard line for the Chiefs. Good snap. Williams has it. Gets a good kickoff, a floater. It's going to be taken by Pope at the 17. Gets out around, close to the 20, then he is driven to the turf on a good tackle.
Paul Helton on the tackle coming downfield and just did an outstanding job. He put his helmet right in the middle of the numbers of Pope and wrapped him up. This man all the way from Little League football all the way to college and to the pros.
Outstanding tackle. You could have used that one for teaching technique. Great tackle by Paul Helton to stop Ronnie Pope after getting short yardage on the return out to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cherokee. Ball at their own 22. Less than a minute remaining in the first period. They trail 7-0 here in Dumpling Valley. Quarterback Ted Trent has his backs lined in the eye. Fakes to Ronnie Pope, and Ronnie Pope is looking to throw a flea flicker, and there's nobody out here except Dan Cunningham. He threw it to the wrong side of the field.
He sure did, Bill. I don't know whether Ryan was or where he was at, but Stacy Ryman was just wide open on the Cherokee Chiefs sidelines, and Darren Cunningham for the Patriots was over here and trying to get to the football because if he did catch it, he had clear sailing all the way to the goal line.
So the Patriots are going to have to be on the guard for the Dipsy Doodle and the flea flickers and all the trick plays that Cherokee might pull out of their wigwam tonight. But right now, with 37 seconds remaining in the first period, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 22. Ted Trent takes, rolls back deep, looking for a screen, and it's caught by number 11, Tracy Rhines, and Rhines gets out across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
Rhines was tackled by Tracy Ivey along with John David Holland, and just did a great job. Cherokee did a great job setting up that little screen inside and picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that, and I believe that's going to probably run up the first quarter here.
So they're going to have to hustle. There's only 7 seconds remaining. And it looks like that the Patriot passing defense is going to really get a workout tonight. That's the end of the first quarter from here in Dumpling Valley. Patriots lead it 7-0. We'll be back after this.
We'll see anything.
Back at Patriot Stadium, Bill Powell along with Keith Ryman. Good crowd on hand tonight. It's a little bit quiet, Keith.
They sure are. I believe that the crowd's waiting to see a little bit more of our Patriot offense that they're used to seeing, and I believe that, just like I said earlier, that 1 or 2 more tackles or blocks, and we're going to be scoring quite a few more points.
Ted Trent takes, and again, rolling out to the right, looking to throw, and it's going to be intercepted by Todd Collins at the 30, 25, 20, breaks 1 tackle to the 15, runs through 2 more, down to the 12-yard line.
Collins just stood right up in the middle of the football field and intercepted that ball, and we had Stacy Bowman, which was driving down the field, and Stacy is a defensive tackle. He's 6'2", 214, couldn't get him down, so he had some help from Scott Bradley, which is a cornerback, which is 5'7", 150 pounds, and one other gentleman, over his number 5, William Rice, which is the other cornerback, which is also 150 pounds. So Cobb's throwing around close to 500 pounds there, Bill, and you can see what kind of athlete that Todd Collins is and will be in the future.
Well, erase it all. A flag on the play, and they're bringing it back. Jiminy. Penalty being marked off against the Patriots. Bring it all the way back. Take it all up. to the Chiefs' 48-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. As a great defensive play by Todd Collins. No, correction. The interception goes, but the Patriots evidently were penalized for a clip. So it'd be 1st and 10 Patriots at the 48-yard line. Taylor Quarles back, looking for Scott Henson, and he almost has it down at the 15-yard line, and it couldn't quite hold on. Good coverage there by David Ezell, but that was a fine pass. And we got Taylor Quarles down. He took a lick back there.
He sure did. Like number 75, Stacey Bowman just came across there, and when Taylor's arm was cocked up in the upward position, and Bowman came right through and hit him. It was a very clean hit. Quarles also threw just an outstanding pass that time to Henson, and you just couldn't ask for any better completion and reception if it wasn't completed. Taylor's doing an outstanding job in getting that and looked at by our center staff, and I think Taylor will be back here in just a little bit.
He's coming off okay, it looks like, but Eric Hutchins, the sophomore, in there to take his place now. A 2nd and 10 situation. Ball at the Cherokee 48-yard line. Eric Hutchins. Hutchins takes. Hutchins gives to Cunningham. 45, 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
An outside handoff deal that time, or offensive line got off the ball real good. Darren Braden, along with Doodle Spivey, Mike Smith, Overgade, just going off the line very well that time and giving the running back just an outstanding yardage to pick up the 1st down.
Tackled by linebacker Jeff Horner. Cunningham did a great job cutting back after getting through into the secondary. Taylor Quarles back in. He fakes a handoff and does give it to Kenny Madison, who gets down maybe to the 35-yard line. Very little running room there.
He was tackled that time by Ronnie Pope, which came up from his free safety position, along with the linebacker Kevin LaForce. LaForce was just doing an outstanding job. He's a linebacker on some of these situations and also a nose guard. And Mike Smith is handling very well off the ball.
2nd and 7 for the Patriots. Ball at the Chiefs' 35-yard line. Quarles takes. Quarles rolls to the right, pitches to Madison, looks for a block, gets one, 20, 30, 30, 20, 15, right back inside, and he's going to go for a touchdown. And it looked like he was going to be knocked out of bounds over around the 10-yard line, and suddenly, flashing brilliance of Kenny Madison of last year, burst back inside and went untouched in the end zone for the Patriot touchdown.
Kenny Madison's going to have to go over and shake Jesse Day's hand, because Jesse just did an outstanding job of pushing linebacker Jimmy Horner out of his way. Madison came back inside off that block and scored 6 for us.
Anthony Dawkins into attempt the point after. John David Holland will be holding Andrew Everett on the snap. Good snap. It's down. The kick by Dawkins is up. He hit it good, and it's good. Timeout on the field. Patriots 14, Chiefs nothing. We'll be back after this. First time seeing him on a quick cut. Bill Powell and Keith Ryman back at Patriots Stadium with 10-17 remaining to be played in the 2nd quarter. Patriots lead it 14-0 over the Cherokee Chiefs. And Keith, go ahead, my friend. You got it.
I want to tell everybody I just can't believe the outstanding speed that Madison showed that time, and just doing some outstanding jobs on the cuts that he had.
Bobby Morgan hits it high, and it's going to be deep, and it's going to be taken at the 1-yard line. He's really hitting that ball now. He's held out across the 15, and he's slammed down at the 16-yard line.
He was taken down that time by number 77 for the Patriots is
David Cagle.
David Cagle is one of our stars that's coming up. He's 6'2", 215 pounds, and just a sophomore. And David's going to be one of our Patriot, I would say, stars of the future if he doesn't end up as a star at the end of this season.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 15-yard line. Great kick by Bobby Morgan, and a great coverage and tackle by David Cagle.
Outstanding.
Trent takes. Trent rolling back to throw. He's got coverage, and he's going to be thrown back near the 5-yard line.
That tackle was about through the Patriots that time, led by Johnny Williams. number 61, and Paul Helton, 84, and then also linebacker Collins. And just had an awful lot of pressure on Ted Trent, and Ted just couldn't get released the ball at all.
That's the best pass defense right there.
One thing that Cherokee has to remember that the ball's on the 7-yard line, and when you draw back to pass, it's very possible that the Patriots put so much pressure on them with the stunts that they show that they could fall in for a safety.
2nd and 18 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 7 as Trent brings them up, splits his backs. Long count this time. Maybe trying to draw the Patriots off, but he takes here on a quick pitch to the tailback. He's going to be thrown for another loss. It's Scott Bradley, and he's going to be thrown back at the 5-yard line.
Darren was hanging on there that time, and another loss on the play. One thing that Coach Gilbert and Coach Smith is doing right now, they're bringing in both linebackers to the line of scrimmage, along with the free safety and strong safety. We're covering if it looks like there might be a pass pattern, they'll drop back, but otherwise we're trying to force and try to go for the safety defensively.
Johnny Williams really strung that play out and allowed Darian Cunningham to just blister up through there and make that tackle for the 2-yard loss back to the 5. He didn't get out of bounds, though. The clock's still running with 8:20 remaining in the 2nd period. And a 3rd and 20 situation as Trent brings him up. Trent this time retreats into the end zone looking for somebody to throw to, runs out, and he's going to be hit as he gets out to the 10-yard line by Bobby Morgan, who's into the linebacker post now, resting Todd Collins.
Bobby Morgan came up in his linebacker position, and one thing that Trent did, he did the smart thing by pulling the ball down and gaining about 12 yards on the play. One thing that the tackle on the Cherokee side pushed our defensive tackle inside, so the quarterback, Ted Trent, was able to run around the end for about a 12-yard gain and just did an excellent job, which could have been a disaster or safety.
4th and 13 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 12-yard line. As Ezell, standing in his own end zone, gets it blocked.
Pick it up.
And it's going to roll, though, out to the 40. Gets a good Cherokee roll out to the Patriots, out to their own 41-yard line. But I believe that Tracy Ivey.
Tracy Ivey and Chris Orr were both in there and blocked out a little bit there. Both up around the punter that time. It wasn't a very good kick. It was very low, but the roll off the ball helped out Cherokee to get out of a bad situation.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Good field position. Ball at the Cherokee Chiefs 42-yard line with 7:48 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Patriots leading it 14-0. Taylor Quarles, the quarterback. John David Holland split wide to the left. As Quarles gets under center, takes, goes to the right, hands off to that Carter or Cunningham.
It was Carter that time, and Carter did an outstanding job running right up behind the blocks of his tight end Collins and also the tackle Overby. The offensive line is just coming off the ball real well tonight. They're driving the Cherokee Chiefs back 4 to 7 yards every time that we have the football.
Pickup down to the 33-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. Call it 2nd and 2 for the Patriots at the Chiefs 33. Quarles brings him up. The give to Madison. Madison breaks clear. He's at the 20. Just forget about it. He's gone. Kenny Madison, but there's a flag on the play.
Tell you, Bill, that was just an outstanding run by Madison again, and Kenny's got the moves tonight that we haven't seen all of last year in the first couple of ball games, and we know that ankle was bothering the first couple of ball games, but he's planting his foot well. He's reading the blocks, his tight end, and also his free safeties. He's tight end and just breaking on the blocks real well tonight.
Well, bring it all back. An outstanding play, erased by a penalty, probably a hold. Flag dropped there at the 25, either that or an illegal block. And they're marking off a major penalty, a 15-yarder. Put the ball back around the 40-yard line, just inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, nullifying a beautiful run by Kenny Madison, who is really flashing that 1986 brilliance in his running tonight.
He's doing an outstanding job, and I think there's a little confusion on the field right now because both Coach Kisbeth and one of the assistant coaches from Cherokee are wondering, who's called timeout. The timeout's going to be charged to the Patriots because both our managers are on the field right now giving our boys water, so we got a little bit longer timeout than what we're going to be eligible for.
So with timeout on the field and the Patriots leading it 14-0, we'll be back after this. Birds in there, Keith.
Yes, sir, he sure did. Coach Kisbeth is very knowledgeable of the football game, and what he's doing is he's letting the officials know about it. He's letting the officials know that he's watching them along with his ball players. And that's about 3 low blocking calls that we've been called, and Cherokee hasn't been called for any of them yet.
2nd and 8 for the Patriots. Taylor Quarles on a draw to Darren Cunningham, and he slips and falls as he gets all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Just an outstanding job by Darren Cunningham. Darren tried to make his cut, and when he did that, his feet just fell out behind him. Just another outstanding job by our offensive line. The offensive line has just done the best job I've seen in the last 4 ball games. The consistency of them coming off the football is really showing right now.
Well, I got to tell you that Taylor Quarles is doing a good job with his faking out there tonight, but he's really kept me off balance up here in the booth all night, fans. So hanging there with me. It's not that I'm so bad, it's just that Taylor's so good. 1st and 10 Patriots as Quarles brings him up. Fakes inside, goes back to throw, and he's looking for John David Holland in the end zone, and it's broken up down there by Ronnie Pope.
Ronnie went up the same time with John David Holland, and Ronnie is 6'1", where John David's only about 5'7", 5'8", a little bit of mismatch there. And one good thing about that, Taylor did show us that he still has his arm when he was taking out the ball game, that he didn't get it hurt in any way.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 6:17 remaining to be played in the 2nd quarter, with the Patriots leading it 14-0. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Ball at the 25-yard line in Cherokee territory. Changing footballs out there now. When play resumes, Jesse Day will be split wide to the left and John David Holland split wide to the right. Running backs Kenny Madison and Eric Carter. Quarles brings him up. Quarles takes, fakes, keeps it himself. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Taylor Quarles on a beautiful fake and read.
Just an outstanding job again, Bill, by Taylor. As he said, he's taking the ball very well. He put it on his hip, led the block by John David Holland, and ran in from 21 yards out for the touchdown.
Beautiful running by Taylor Quarles, who's having a great night running the football tonight. Probably his poorest night passing so far. But really, the ball hadn't been thrown that bad at all. It's just that better coverage by the Cherokee Chiefs. Anthony Dawkins in to attempt the point after. John David Holland will be holding, and Andrew Everett will be snapping. The snap, the kick, is blocked. So with timeout on the field, Patriots lead it 20-0. We'll be back after this message. Thank you, Steve Cotton. Back at Dumpling Valley with Bill Powell and Keith Ryman on hand. And Keith, that passing threat, it still opens up that running game better. They can't bunch in there.
It sure does, Bill. And one thing that Coach Anthony has done is just getting an outstanding job of running the football and also passing the football, so the Cherokee doesn't know if they can get it inside or outside, or if they have to drop the linebackers back to help with the passing game that Bill put in this year.
Bobby Morgan just kicked that ball 2 yards deep into the end zone from the... And then we've got a penalty called out there as David Cagle and William Bryce were rooster fighting a little bit. Kept on going after it, and offsetting penalties called against each player.
Bill, I want to say one more thing about the passing game. Coach Anthony has worked quite a bit with Eric Hutchins and also with Taylor Quarles and also Andrew Everett. One thing that he has done is he's been able to use his tight end because he's got a tight end such as Collins, and also the receivers Henson, Tracy Ivey, David Holland, which are very capable of catching the football. But then one other threat that we haven't seen yet is our running backs have not come out of the backfield. Before long, you're going to see a little screen pass to our backs coming out of the backfield, and that's going to have 5 receivers that we're able to throw the football to.
And I'd say if he hits Kenny Madison in the secondary out in the flat and gives him a chance to wiggle a little bit, there's going to be some off-balance defenses.
You're going to see Madison, you're going to see Poppy Carter, you're also going to be seeing Derek Cunningham that can do that. And if you go down the line, you're going to see the Kevin and Kenneth Harrell and also Bobby Morgan.
All right, we're ready to go 1st and 10 for Cherokee. Ball at their own 20, and the quarterback is throwing it back at him. It's intercepted by Todd Collins, who tried to lateral it and did pitch it out to Darren Cunningham, and he took it in for a touchdown, but it looked like to me it was a forward lateral, and they're going to bring it back.
Well, I'll tell you, that was very close to do that. Collins was such an exciting ball player. That's the second one that was picked off tonight, and they did make the mistake of pitching the ball off instead of trying to make it. They got a little excited, and we were trying to get 6 more points on there, and Cunningham was right there, and that's when they pitched the ball forward.
Well, the Patriot defense is really beginning to put the pressure on quarterback Ted Trent, and he sort of laid a dead pigeon out there, and big Todd Collins comes in from his linebacking post and picked that off with a dead run, had good running room and picked up some good yardage, and then he tried to lateral it to Darren Cunningham.
Satterfield and also Eric Greer just did an outstanding job putting pressure on Trent that time, and that's what helped cause the interception. The Patriots will have to take a timeout because of all the excitement, because we're a player short.
With timeout on the field, it's the Patriots 20, Chiefs nothing. We'll be back after the 20-0 over the Chiefs of Cherokee High School with 5:57 remaining in the first half. And moving again after a great interception, his second of the night by All-American linebacker Todd Collins. Taylor Quarles, the quarterback, looks him over, maybe on an audible. Backs are split. Scott Henson split wide to the left. The give is to Carter. Carter gets running room, breaks a tackle, comes out across inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Carter was tackled that time by Stacy Ryans, and Stacy Ryans is the only man in that secondary at the strong safety position. And one tackle away, or the Patriots would have had 6 more on the scoreboard.
Pick up of 7 yards on the play by Eric Carter, make it 2nd and 3 for the Patriots. Ball at the Cherokee Chiefs 18-yard line. Taylor Quarles brings him up. Scott Henson again, wide to the left. Quarles rolls out to the left, throwing for Henson, has him down at the 12, gets inside the 10, where he's knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line, deep in Cherokee territory.
Bill, he was knocked out by Jim Horner along with David Ezell, and one thing that he did that time, Scott went down 7 yards, turned around and for a quick look in, and then took the ball back upfield, and Taylor had the ball right there on target when he turned around. 1st and goal
for the Patriots. Ball at the Cherokee 7-yard line. 5:11 remaining in the second quarter. They already lead it 20-0, and they're knocking at the door again. Taylor Quarles takes, goes to the right, hands off straight ahead of Bobby Morgan into the end zone, standing up for the touchdown.
Just an outstanding job of Bobby Morgan following the blocks of Brian Overby and Collins and Mike Smith. Putting that hole in there that time as they could juggle the Mack truck through it. The holes are getting bigger as the night goes on.
Keith, I believe you could have hit that hole.
Well, I'm big, but I think both of us could have made through it.
5:07 remaining to be played in the first half. The Patriots lead it 26-0. And having had their last extra point attempt blocked, looks like they're going to be going for 2 this time. That's correct, as Taylor Quarles brings them up and splits Jesse Day wide to the right. His running backs are Carter and Cunningham. That's Eric Carter. Rolling out to the right, throwing, looking for Todd Collins, and he's in there for the 2 points. Timeout on the field, it's Patriots 28, Cherokee nothing. We'll be back after this. Back at Patriot Stadium, 5:07 remaining in the first half, and they've been exploding during this second quarter. After struggling, after getting an easy first quarter touchdown, Bobby Billy Morgan prepared to kick off again. Again, retreating all the way back to his 29-yard line for that 11-yard approach. In contrast to only a two-step approach earlier in the year. Another high, long kick. It's going to be taken inside the 5 at the 3 by Pope. Out across the 10, the 15, knocked down at the 20.
Darren Cunningham just doing an outstanding job on this kickoff team tonight, Bill. And Darren's had a lot of help by Chris Hoare, and also on the tackle was Andrew Everett, one of our backup quarterbacks. And Andrew is just a versatile ball player. He snaps on extra points and also on punts. He's got the quarterback ability, and then also he's on special teams.
Can play a pretty good linebacking post like he did last week, too.
He sure did. Did an outstanding job.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 20-yard line with clock running, 4:50 remaining to be played in this first half. Ted Trent, with his back split, a quick pitch to Bradley. Bradley looking for the running room, gets a couple of yards as he gets across the 20 to the 22. Again, there's Darren Cunningham.
We also have a flag on the penalty, and one thing Mr. Helton did, he drug that all the way to the sidelines and picked up some help by Cunningham and also David Satterfield, so we'll have to wait and see what the flags were.
You know, I can't say enough for the play of Darren Cunningham, and I think everybody knows that Darren had some moments during the off-season when maybe some disagreements, but some problems that were settled. And this young man has come back, and what a comeback he has made. Had a tremendous attitude, the best he's ever had, and he's a team man. And both sides of the football, offensively and defensively, whatever they ask him to do, he has done a super job this year. Darren Cunningham.
Darren is a fine, outstanding young man, and like you said, he did have some problems, and the coaching staff sat down with Darren and told Darren that he was a leader, and Darren had to believe in himself, and he's done that, not just on the football field, but also in the classroom. So we're real proud to see that he's part of this Patriot offensive team and defensive team.
On the draw play to Jim Horner, a good gainer, out across the 20 to the 23-yard line, where he's brought down by Scott Henson, coming up from that free safety post, and it looked like Horner had some big running room there.
Well, Warner did that time, and what Ted Trent did, the quarterback for the Chiefs, he saw that the linebackers were playing a little bit soft that time, and they had both of our defensive tackles were split outside, the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle, so that gives you a pretty good hole. It gives you about 6 foot inside. And with the blocks coming off the way that they did, if you can hit your linebacker 3 or 4 yards downfield, it's going to give you running back enough room to pick up about 4 yards.
2nd and 7 for the Chiefs, ball at their own 23. The give to Bradley, the tailback, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
We had a tackle that time, Johnny Williams. Johnny was on the bottom of these stacks 2 out of the 3 times that the Chiefs had the football. And if he's not on the bottom of it, he sure has been a great asset on the line to assist. He's been very consistent on this defensive line. I'm sure that Coach Kidd is very happy to have people like himself, along with Paul Helton, that can fill in and get some of these young men that are playing offense and defense with a little bit of a rest.
3rd and 3 for the Chiefs, ball at their own 27. Ted Trent running out of the eye, gives to his fullback Horner, and Horner gets out near first down territory, and I believe he probably has it, depending on the placement. No, he's going to be short.
That's going to bring up a 4th down, and like you said, he's about a yard short, and the defensive people are rising to the occasion, and I believe that Coach Kidd will probably hold the football up in the middle of the field by Madison if it's a high kick. If not, I believe that the Patriots will try to return the football.
Well, the Chiefs lining up like they were going to go for it in the 4th and 1 at the 30, and the Patriots wanted to talk about it. So with 2:24 remaining in the first half and the Patriots leading 28-0, it's timeout on the field. We'll be back after this. We won. Back in Dumpling Valley, Bill Powell with Keith Ryman, 2:24 remaining. With a 4th and 1 situation and the ball at their own 27, the Chiefs are going to go for it. And the give, and the up back got it. But I tell you what, he took a lick. He paid the price. He's across the 30 to the 31.
Well, David Satterfield along with Scott Hickey was right there, and they knew that one of two things were going to happen. The quarterback was either going to keep the football or the upback was going to bring it just for short yardage. One thing that Cherokee is trying to do is to keep the ball occupied so Jefferson County cannot keep their hands, get their hands on it to try to go for another score before this quarter's over with 2:07 left in it.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs, ball at their own 31-yard line with 2 minutes exactly remaining to be played in this first half of play. Patriots lead it 28-0. Trent rolling back, he's looking to pass, looks out in the flat, and to Scott Bradley, and he took a lick out there from Darren Cunningham.
Darren Cunningham just was on a full run that time, and the Cherokee receiver was looking for the football. When it was a little bit overthrown, Darren just unloaded on him, and I'm sure that everybody in this crowd tonight felt that hit.
And a good crowd on hand.
One thing that I have noticed, Bill, you said that they were quiet at first. This crowd's seeing a good variety of offensive and defensive teamwork tonight, and as the game goes along, they're starting to get more involved with the tackles and also the running plays.
Crowd's getting in it now. 1:47 remaining, 2nd and 10. Trent back to pass. Looking, he's going to go deep, looking for Pope, and he has him, 30, and he's going to go all the way. He goes all the way on a beautifully thrown bomb by Ted Trent to Ronnie Pope, who took it in at the 35. No coverage there, and he went all the way untouched for the Cherokee touchdown.
That was a mismatch because of our defensive secondary, John David Holland, was playing short, and young man, defensive back Tracy Ivy was playing long, and Tracy just didn't have the speed to catch up with Pope. And Pope goes to show you why he's got sure hands and sure feet, and he's a great member of the football team and also the track program over at Cherokee High School.
Chad Boughton in to attempt the extra point. Stacy Ryan's holding. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with timeout on the field, it's Patriots 28, Cherokee 7, and we'll be back after this. Patriot defense. The other touchdown by Morristown East was a recovered fumble for a touchdown. Do we expect an onside kick here? With a minute 35 remaining in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised. As Stacy Ryan's, and now Cherokee wants to talk about it, and they've called timeout, getting ready for Stacy Ryan's to handle the kickoff chore for Cherokee, and he's taking a long approach now from the 30. So let's see what we've got here. Kenny Madison deep for the Patriots as Ryans approaches it, and it is an onside kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds over at the Patriot 49-yard line, and there's a flag on the play. Dougal Spivey was really upended over there as he went over there for that kick, but it spiraled out of bounds off the side of Ryan's toe. Motion penalty is called against illegal motion penalty called against Cherokee, but it's declined very wisely by the Patriots, and the Patriots will take the kick instead, the play instead, and take over 1st and 10, ball at their own 48-yard line.
Taylor Quarles is coming back in at quarterback, and one thing that we will see is we will probably see a controlled offensive.
Ball at their own 48-yard line with a minute 35 remaining in the first half. Taylor Quarles at the quarterbacking post, drops back, but gives it to Madison on the draw, inside the Cherokee Chiefs territory, down to the 45-yard line.
Madison did an outstanding job checking his hole again this time, and he was brought down by Stacy Bowman along with Tracy Bowman, both brothers, and both brothers are about 6'4", 6'3", and 204 pounds.
Quarles hits Jason Inslee, and Inslee gets a good gainer inside the 35 to the 33. Where he's brought down there, it's good enough for the first down.
One thing Jason did wrong is the African State Year-One Lake still is a young sophomore. With the clock running the way it is, he should have stepped out of bounds and killed it instead of letting the clock run.
First and 10. Quarles again, this time with a draw, but there's nowhere for Eric Carter to go, and he's thrown for a loss back at the 36-yard line.
He was dropped down that time by number 62, Jimmy Brooks, along with linebacker by the name of Jimmy Horner, and Horner's just doing an outstanding job covering both offense and defensively tonight for the Chiefs.
And this is where mistakes that cost you timeouts really cost you, because the Patriots do not have any timeouts remaining, and they can't stop the clock, and it's running with 34 seconds left. Taylor Quarles back to throw, looks for Todd Collins, and Collins has it down at the 20-yard line.
Just an outstanding job by holding up the defensive line, and the offensive line just gave Taylor all the time that he wanted to hit Collins, and just can't imagine how well a job that he is doing tonight throwing and releasing the football.
Great. He really threw a strike in there across the middle to tight end Todd Collins. First and 10 at the 20. Again, going back to throw. Throws out in the flat to Kenny Madison. Cuts inside the 20. Gets outside to the 15. Cuts back inside, and he didn't get out of bounds.
No, he sure didn't. That's a costly mistake because there's only about 8 seconds left on the clock, and if he did step out of bounds, you know, we could have had at least one more play, possibly two.
That'll be the end of the first half, as during that series, the Patriots missed 2 golden opportunities to get out of bounds. But they had a good first half anyway, and the Patriots lead it.
Here's for a couple of recruits from Jefferson County to come down that way.
Play about ready to commence. Second half of play, Stacy Ryman will be kicking off, and he hits a low line drive that's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Kenny Madison across the 20, 25, out across the 30, the 25, 35, midfield, and he's got to go all the way. He stepped out of bounds. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Just an outstanding run by Kenny Madison. He just had the wall set up along this side, on the Patriots side of the field, and as I said earlier, Bill, I've never seen him zigzag in and out and use his quick feet as he has in the years that I've coached him, and also the first 4 ball games of this season.
He had to tiptoe along the sidelines out in front of the Patriot bench, and we couldn't see him because of the Patriot players standing there. We didn't know whether or not he stepped out of bounds or not, but the official right on the play, and it's a 90-yard kickoff return for Kenny Madison for the touchdown. Anthony Dawkins will be attempting the point after. The snap, the kick's in the air, the kick is scored. Not out on the field, the score, Patriots 35-27. We'll be back after this. Bill Powell and Keith Ryman back in Dumplin Valley, and just a mighty few seconds off the clock in the third quarter as Kenny Madison took it 90 yards to pay dirt. Now the kickoff by Morgan is going to be taken by Ezell at the 12, and he is hit by Darren Cunningham as he gets up close to the 15-yard line. What a hit.
Darren just starting all over where he finished the second quarter at. He was down full speed on this football field, just unloaded on Ezell, and Ezell, I know, is going to feel that, especially the whole part of this third quarter.
It's going to be hard to pick the outstanding performers of this ball game tonight, I tell you, because there have been some super performances.
There has. Coach Kisbeth is staying with his basic 52 defense, and I don't think he's going to do a whole lot right now until they see what Cherokee's going to come up with any razzle-dazzles.
Quarterback Trent takes, he's rolling back to right to pass. He's got a man out there in the right flat, but he's can't get to it.
Well, I'll tell you, Trent just had a hard time. He's also laying on his back right now because Johnny Williams and Eric Greer and Mike Smith let their presence known on that young man. And I guarantee you one thing, the Cherokee Chiefs offensive line is going to have to give him a little bit more protection, or we're going to have to be looking at a new quarterback soon.
The pass.
Stacy's been playing as a tight end for him, and he looks like he may be checking in the ball game to be the quarterback.
But it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball on their own 15-yard line. 11-17 remain to be played in the third quarter. And you're right, it's going to be Stacy Ryans taking the snap at quarterback for at least one play. And he has trouble handling that snap, but he does get it, and he hands off to Bradley, and Bradley got back to the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's all.
They did, and we've got a few new jerseys starting to come in the ball game right now. We have number 76 with the same Ferguson has checked in for the ball game. For the Patriots, Johnny Williams is still in the ball game.
He made that tackle.
And also, Mike Smith is still playing over the nose. And, Todd Collins is a linebacker, and also the other linebacker right now is David Satterfield.
Stacy Ryan still in there at quarterback for the Chiefs on a 3rd and 10 situation at their own 15. And I believe encroachment is going to be called against Johnny Williams.
Johnny just a little eager to get inside. He saw that the linebacker, or our linebacker, was about ready to do a blitz to the inside shoulder of the guard. And Johnny just wanted to move over a little bit to get a better angle of where he thought that the running back would be going, and just lost his balance and went across that plane.
Patriots penalized 5 yards out to the 20. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs at that point. Clock running with 10:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They trail 35-7. Stacy Ryan's the quarterback. Running backs are Horner and Bradley. In the I formation, Ryan's on a long count takes and gives to the tailback out across left tackle. Some running room for a first down out across the 25 to the 27-yard line is tailback Scott Bradley.
Bradley was brought up and tackled by Shane Ferguson, also along with linebacker Todd Collins. And one thing that the Cherokee Chiefs did that time, they pinched to the inside, which gave the running back a little bit more room to the outside. Shane Ferguson, like I said, is a little bit of new blood outside, playing this defensive end position, and he gave up a little bit of yardage, but with time going through this 3rd and 4th quarter, he should be doing an excellent job.
Hope split wide to the left, and again, we've got encroachment going to be stepped off against the over-anxious Patriots. This time, Paul Helton.
Paul Helton also, once you see one of your teammates move, you're going to move also, and Douglas Scotty got a little excited there, and both of the gentlemen are looking right now for the Chiefs to be running outside because the inside game is going to stop quite a bit. One thing that I would watch out if I was Coach Kidman with Coach Anthony is our linebackers are trying to sneak up just a little bit too quickly. I'd be afraid that we're going to see a tailback, slip inside for a little pop pass.
Rhymes takes a snap, gives off on a dive play to the tailback Bradley. Bradley gets short yardage across the 30 up to around the 34-yard line.
Bradley's met by Todd Collins along with Johnny Williams, and both these gentlemen are doing a great job game tackling or being around the football wherever it is. And as you said, Bill, we are going to have a tough choice to select the most valuable player offensive defensively, which is sponsored by Gino's Pizza.
Going to be 2nd and a short 4 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Clock running with 8:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and they trail 35-7. Ryan's the quarterback. Again on a long count, fakes a pitch and then gives to the up back corner, and he has nowhere to go. May have lost a half a yard or so.
Well, we had a double Eagles defensive look right then, and also what was even harder to pick up is we had our linebacker on our strong side, David Satterfield was blitzing, and also our free safety, Tracy Ivey. You've got 8 people coming at you with just 5 of you blocking. It's very difficult for your offensive team to move those 8 people, especially when you're going inside.
Loss it back to the 33-yard line. Make it 3rd and 4. A long 4 this time instead of a short 4. As Ryans brings him up, backs are split. He drops back, rolls out to the right, looking to throw. He's going to go deep down there for Hawkins. Intercepted by Holland at the 42. He's about across the midfield and knocked down by Hope at around the Chiefs' 47-yard line.
Just an outstanding job by this defensive unit, putting a lot of pressure this time on the backup quarterback, Stacy Ryan. Stacy just doesn't have the arm that the first-team quarterback Ted Tripp did. He tried to hit Ronnie Pope, and John David Holland was right there for the interception. Just did an outstanding job turning the ball back upfield.
Patriot offense back in action again now. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line in Cherokee Chief territory. 7:35 remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter. Patriots lead it 35-7. The give is to Eric Carter. Carter gets running room down to the 40-yard line. Inside the 40 to the 38.
One thing that the coaches are going to have to look out for right now is Cherokee has what we call a live cornerback. And this live cornerback is trying to blitz from the outside, trying to take a gamble. And if he gambles the wrong way, then number 85 that plays for the Patriots here,
Jason Inslee,
is wide open if Taylor picks that up with anybody out around him.
2nd and 2, it'd be a good time, a good chance to go for it all. Taylor Quarles takes, gives off, and a fumble by Eric Carter, who never had got possession of the handoff, and it's recovered by Cherokee.
The ball never was inside the pocket, and Carter just had a little bit of problem there, and that football was picked up that time by David Good, which is a nose guard for the Chiefs, and I'm sure that David was a little bit excited to stop that drive that the Patriots had going.
David Good made a good play, and the recovery stops another Patriot drive, and it'd be 1st and 10 for the Cherokee Chiefs. Ball at their own 34-yard line with 6:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score, Patriots lead 35-7.
Stacy Ryan's back underneath the football again there, Bill, and so we just don't have a report right now on Ted Trent.
And Stacy had trouble handling that snap, and I think he recovered his own fumble and may have lost a yard or so back to the 30, close to the 32.
Johnny Jennings was right over the quarterback that time, and to make sure that if that ball did happen to pop out, that the Patriots could have recovered the fumble. Also in there was Paul Helton, number 84.
2nd and 12 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Clock running with 5:50 remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter. Stacy Ryans, the quarterback now, replacing the injured Ted Trent. Ryans has his back split. He's going to roll out. He's looking to throw. He has to dump it off. It has a man up around the 39-yard line. That's Brett Margajak on sort of a screen maneuver.
Sort of the screen, you might say a little bit of a delay with it also. But one thing that Cherokee Chief quarterback that Stacy Ryans had to do was get rid of the football. He had Eric Brewer and Bobby Morgan right on his tail that time, which made the pass a little bit harder and also a little bit shorter than what he expected.
Pickup of 6 yards on the play, make it 3rd and 6 for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 38-yard line with 5 minutes remaining to be played in this 3rd period. Patriots lead it 35-7. Stacy Ryans, the quarterback, has his back split. Looks him over, takes, throws out this time to the near side, looking to throw. He's going to pull it down and run himself up to the 40, the 45, and he's drilled by Johnny Williams with help from Tracy Ivey as he gets across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Enough for the 1st down for the Chiefs.
That was just an outstanding job by Johnny Williams. Johnny was 10 yards in the backfield and then came all the way down and tracked down the quarterback that time. And Johnny's going to have to take a little bit of a breather there because he's got some cramps in his left leg.
Outstanding job of running the football, too, by quarterback Stacy Ryans. 1st and 10, Chiefs. Ball at their own 47-yard line as Ryans brings them up. Ryans takes, pitches to Bradley. Bradley breaks the tackle, gets out inside Patriot territory, down around the 47-yard line.
Bobby Morgan just did an outstanding job. Bobby was on an outside blitz that time. He kept the running back turned inside, which is of valuable importance because if they swing around Bobby on the outside, he's going to pick up about another 5 to 7 yards because there's nobody between the linebacker and the sideline. This way, by Bobby turning him inside, you've got a host of Jefferson County Patriots that can assist in the tackle.
Again, a good piece of running by tailback Scott Bradley, pick up 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4 for the Chiefs as Ryans takes, and Ryans dropping back to throw, and he's going to be caught from behind by Paul Helton. That saved a big gainer, but he did gain on out to the 45-yard line. That'd be short of the 1st down by about 2 yards.
Jesse Day and Tracy Ivey did an outstanding job on the secondary coverage on Ronnie Pope, and also number 9, Billy Bishop, I believe that is. It's number 10, excuse me, Brett Marjarak. And really didn't give a whole lot of time for the quarterback to look down deep because both those young men had a few yards between them and then the defendants.
Ryman brings him up, and he's doing a fine job of running this football team in the absence of the first-string quarterback. The right tackle moves, and I believe that the Chiefs are going to be penalized 5 yards for illegal motion. And that's a damaging penalty, as they were really moving the football.
Ryman is just doing an outstanding job moving this Chiefs offense right now. And Coach Ryman must be looking for something because he's bringing number 10, Margaret, back in to put in 3 receivers that Ryman can throw to, and he's dropping off Jim Horner, one of his backs right now.
3rd and about 7 yards for the Chiefs now. Ball at, let's call it midfield. Ryans takes, Ryans rolls back, he's looking to throw, he's going to pull it down, no, he's going to drill it down there, intended for Pope around the 32-yard line, but it's underthrown. Good coverage there by Bobby Morgan, David Satterfield, and John David Holland also converging on Pope. He draws a lot of attention.
He sure does. Like I said earlier in our broadcast, he's also a member of the track team, and Johnny Pope has got some sure hands and also the sure speed. And one thing that they're trying to get the ball to him for him is there's a little bit of a mixed match because of the height and size of our defender, John David Holland. But Holland, along with Jesse Davis, doing an outstanding job being around him.
David Ezell puts it down there to Madison, and Madison calls for a fair catch at the Patriot 20-yard line. That's where the Patriots will take over with 2:14 remaining to be played in the 3rd period, and the Patriots leading it 35-7.
Bill, we're going to probably be seeing quite a few new jerseys in here within the next few minutes of this quarter, and then also the 4th quarter. Coach Kizabeth, again, I talked to him on the phone this week, said that he wanted to use a lot of ball players to give some of these veterans a little chance to rest a little bit, make sure that we don't go into next week's ball game with any injuries, and also give some of the younger ball players a little bit more experience.
Now the Patriots don't have enough troops out there, and they have to call a timeout. So with timeout on the field, Patriots leading it 35-7. We'll be back after this. Keith, where's the mix-up in that type of situation? That's happened 2 or 3 times tonight.
It sure has, Bill. Like I said, we're going to be seeing some new ball players. We've got some that are coming into the ball game. Both your offensive and defensive coaches try to get them into a huddle along the side so we don't have those mix-ups, but it always does happen.
Taylor Quarles, the quarterback, rolls out, pitches to Morgan. Morgan has some running room out across the 30, the 35, breaks the tackle at the 40, out up near the midfield, put it down at about the 48-yard line, but Bobby Morgan on the pitch, one of the few times we see him go outside.
Well, it sure is. That goes to show you also that Bobby Morgan has the speed of our other running backs we have, and also it shows you another look at Taylor Quarles and where he's running this Beer offense. Taylor had 2 people that were just about ready to make the tackle on him. He released the ball right in time to Morgan, and Morgan picked up quite a few yards on that running play.
I believe I said the 48. Put it down at the 43 and give the Patriots 1st and 10 at that point as Taylor Quarles brings them up. Gives to Darren Cunningham, but then the pitch back to Morgan, and Morgan has to make a one-hand catch to save a fumble, but he takes a lick and is thrown for a loss back inside the 40 to the Patriot 38-yard line.
Well, that's a little bit of a case of where Cherokee showed a different kind of defensive blitz that time. They brought both of their linebackers inside and also put a free safety on the blitz also. And Aaron Wickman just made a heck of a job coming across that offensive line and also almost caused Bobby Morgan to fumble the football. Bobby did a great job hanging on to the ball.
Madison and Eric Carter into the lineup now in the backfield. Quarles takes on a draw play to Carter, the fake action in the pass out in the flat to Kenny Madison to the 45 and up near midfield as once again Taylor Quarles took me out of the play.
And what that is, that's a design play. It's a fake inside the lay draw, which was very successful with. Madison just slips to the outside and Taylor throws his little screen pass and gives us our offensive line enough time to slide over to the side that we're throwing the football to. And it's a very good passing play because most of your defensive people are looking for the draw play or probably the sweep to the side that we fake to. And it gives takes the lineman a little bit more time to resolve in going across the other side of the field to make the tackle.
Gain us to the 49, where it'll be third and 3 for the Patriots. Time running out in the third period. Quarles takes. Quarles gives and keeps himself and gets the first down as he gets inside the 45, down around the 44-yard line, and it'll be a Patriot first down.
Taylor was tripped up that time by Jeff Horner, and Jeff just saved a touchdown that time because Taylor just is doing an outstanding job. He had the inside fake. He also had the pitch relationship. He was tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but still tucked the ball in and gained about 4 yards on the carry.
And that's the end of the third period. Patriots lead it 35-7 over Cherokee, and we'll be back after this. Somehow, I kind of feel like it's been tougher than that, Keith.
Well, I believe you're right. One thing, our secondary is getting a great opportunity to practice on our defensive coverage because Cherokee has had the opportunity to throw the football a little bit, and that's something that people haven't been doing on us the last 3 weeks.
First and 10 for the Patriots. Ball at the 46-yard line in Cherokee territory. Taylor Quarles brings them up. Tracy Ivy split to the near side. The backs are split. And the give is to Kenny Madison, and Kenny Madison, correction, that's Bobby Morgan, and Morgan gets down to the 42-yard line.
That offensive line, Bill, is still just coming off the ball very well. Scott Smith, Dougal, Spivey, Darren Braden, Collins, and also Mike Smith are just unloading and showing that their upper body strength is just a lot more than the Chiefs are right now. They're driving them off 4 to 5 yards every time we touch the football.
2nd and 5 for the Patriots at that point. Quarles keeps, pitches to Morgan, and Morgan is going to be thrown for a loss back near midfield. That's the left side of that Cherokee Chief defensive alignment. Really poured in over there, and they smelled that one out. Bobby just had to eat it and take a loss back to the Chiefs' 48-yard line.
Aaron Wickman at that time is a roving corner or defensive end, and what he's doing is he's putting on full power coming across the line of scrimmage. The two linebackers, Jim Horner and Jeff Horner, just make up you might say, the bread and butter of this Cherokee defense because they have enough power, enough speed that they can get to the ball quickly.
Taylor Quarles does not like the look of that Cherokee defensive alignment, and he wants to talk with them. Back at Patriot Stadium, Scott Henson along with Jason Inslee into the lineup, replacing Ivy and Day. Looks like a passing situation on the 3rd and 12. Ball at the Cherokee 48-yard line with 10:42 remaining to be played in this game. Patriots leading it 35-7 over a never say die band of Cherokee Chiefs. Taylor Quarles drops back, looks to throw, looking for Inslee, but he throws it off instead down the middle, and a deflected pass is almost picked off anyway by Scott Henson. But it falls as an incomplete pass at the 40-yard line in Cherokee territory, and the Patriots will have to give it up. Johnny Williams in to kick.
Well, Jimmy Brooks that time, along with Aaron Wickman, had their hands right in the face of Taylor Quarles, and the ball was tipped up, as you said, and Inslee came back for the ball and almost had a completion, even though the pass was deflected.
Johnny Williams standing back at his 40-yard line. It's a high snap, brings it down, a lot of pressure, but he gets it off. And it's going to be bouncing down there and taken by Pope at the 13, and he's found on good coverage down there.
John David Holland, that's just an outstanding job, and another good tackle and downfield was done by Darren Cunningham, and also the person that snaps the football, Andrew Everett. Andrew is showing that he's got speed along with all the other versatile abilities that he has too.
Excellent coverage by the Patriot kicking team. Kicks it deep into Cherokee territory. They'll have to take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. With 10-12 remaining to be played in this game, and the Chiefs trail 35-7.
We've got Bobby Morgan in there right now as linebacker for Collins, and Satterfield's still one of the linebackers. And our defensive line still hasn't changed yet, but I look for some clean jerseys that come in the ball game real soon.
Stacey Ryans is still the quarterback, and he's rolling back to throw. He has a man out here in the flat, and that's Horner, and Horner is decked up at the 20 after taking that pass from quarterback Stacey Ryans.
David Satterfield, the linebacker, along with Darren Cunningham, coming up from his corner position, met him right there on about the 20-yard line. We are attacking the football very well. We're giving up a little bit of room, a little bit of yardage on the swing patterns, but we are getting to the ball on the break, which is something that a defensive secondary coach loves to see, but they just don't like to give up as much yardage as we have.
Robert Tucker, Bobby Morgan in at the linebacking post for the Patriots. It'll be a 2nd and 4 at the 21 for the Chiefs. Stacey Ryans, the quarterback, takes and gives to Bradley, and he doesn't get much, if anything. Maybe a half a yard.
Robert Tucker and Mike Smith just shot straight across that line, and just a gentleman that we've talked about that hasn't had a long time playing the football, but has been playing an excellent job on the defensive line is Johnny Williams, and Johnny's just making a lot of tackles right there tonight and just doing an outstanding job as he has been all season long.
Scott Hickey in at the nose now, replacing Mike Smith, as Coach Kisbeth getting a lot of his younger players in there now. 8:34 remaining. A 3rd and 3 situation for the Chiefs. Ball at their own 21 as Stacey Ryans brings them up. Splits his backs. Takes a quick out there and dropped.
Oh, did you see Paver at that time, Bill? What happened is a quick screen pass out to Ronnie Pope, and Ronnie juggled the ball a little bit, and Darren Cunningham was trying to bend over and pick up the ball, and if he did, he would have been in for 6.
All he had to do is catch the football and put one little move on, and he'd have been all the way, but even the best ones will drop one every once in a while, so the Chiefs will have to give it up on a 4th and 3 situation, ball at their own 21. And David Ezell drops back there, standing at his own 8-yard line in punt formation. And the Chiefs are not ready for that, so they're going to take a timeout on the field. And Terry Hickman and Darren Breeden into the Patriot lineup.
Also back there in the secondary, Chris Orr has checked in, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if Coach doesn't try something a little bit tricky here, or if he tries to kick the ball away from a very good running back, Kenny Madison.
Ezell has the snap, he drops it, and then he got running room, and he may have his first down. He does.
I'll tell you, that was, I don't know if it was a broken play or a planned play, because both of the offensive linemen on the right side and the left side split out. And the Patriot ball players were ready to go to set up a wall. And all that David Ezell did is he bobbled the ball just a minute and took it straight up the middle for the first down.
So, a break for the Chiefs gives them a 1st and 10 at their own 26 with 8 minutes remaining to be played, and they trail 35-7. So once again, they'll try to mount a scoring drive to make this game a little bit more respectable.
So we have Scott Hickey over the ball right now, along with Johnny Williams and Google Spivey at the tackles. Number 51 is Eric Greer, along with Mr. Helton on the other side for the other defensive ends. And we've got a penalty on that, Bill. It looks like it might be a little bit of a delay of game.
Yeah, the play is getting a little ragged now. Toward the tail end of the game, a lot of reserves in for the Patriots, and maybe the Chiefs a little bit over anxious. So look for them to come out throwing now with a 1st and 15, and needing to get on the board quick with 7:41 remaining. Ball at their own 21. Ryans for a long count, and there was some movement there in the offensive line, and I believe that's going to cost the Chiefs 5 more.
The offensive left guard moved a little bit on that. It looks like Ryans was trying to change up on an audible, but just took a little bit too long, and that meat that offensive guard's got to hang on to. Those 4 front knuckles just got a little bit too much, and he had to take a little rest. One thing that the Patriots were showing, they were showing a free safety and also a linebacker blitz over on the strong side. And the quarterback, I'm sure, was trying to audible off to go to the weak side of this Patriot side. And just didn't have enough time to do that in. And really, Patriots going to come back up and show the same kind of blitz.
2 successive penalties, and again we've got movement down there. And I believe that the Chiefs moved again, and that'll make 3 successive 5-yard penalties. And that's going to move it on back to around the 11-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 25.
I'm sure that Stacey Ryans has got a few little butterflies after seeing Ted Trent on the sidelines over there. Basically because of the stunts that the Patriot defense does show. The Patriots are showing Tracy Ivy along with David Satterfield blitzing inside, and it makes you think twice before you run your original offensive play.
Let's take time for a station identification. You're listening to Patriot Football on WJFC FM, Jefferson City, Tennessee. 7:41 remaining to be played. It's the 1st and 25 at the 11. Dropping back to throw, and he's got a man out there open, but Stacey Ryans just couldn't hit him as Pope was running free down around the 35-yard line. Cunningham trailing him by 2 or 3 yards, but the ball was not thrown nearly well enough, and it would have all been called back anyway, because for the 4th consecutive time, the Cherokee Chiefs have been whistled for motion.
Bill, one thing, if that ball was completed, and Cunningham, as you said, was 2 to 3 yards behind Pope, this crowd would have very quickly got to its feet, because those are 2 excellent track stars. Both of them have 4.5 speed and a 40-yard dash, and they see each other not just on this football field, but also during track season in the spring. So we made things a little bit more interesting to see which one is a little bit faster.
We're getting down in safety territory now as it's 1st and 30. Can you believe that? 1st and 30 for the Chiefs at their own 6. And the quarterback, Ryans, keeps and goes straight ahead for maybe a couple of yards.
He's brought down by Bobby Morgan and David Satterfield on the tackle. And one thing that Coach Kiffin has to remind his ball players is not to fall asleep, just because of the same reason we were talking about a minute ago, that if Ryans does get the chance to lob the football out with the speed that he has with Pope and also with Bryce, they're able to turn this ball game around.
It'll be a 2nd and 28 for the Chiefs, ball at their own 8-yard line. 7 minutes to be played in this game. Patriots lead 35-7. Stacey Ryans in the eye. Takes a pitch, and the ball is going to be taken and thrown. Well, we called it back in safety territory, and they're going to give him forward motion, though, to the 2.
Right. Paul Helton just did an outstanding job coming down and stretched the play out to the outside a little bit, and if the official was not right on it, I believe we'd have a safety, but they're going to mark it down close to the 2, maybe 1.5 yard line.
Call it 3rd and 32 for the Chiefs at their own 3-yard line. Clock running with 6:20 remaining to be played, and they're trying desperately to run out the clock. 3rd and 32 as Stacey Ryans brings them up in the I formation, takes and gives to Bradley, and Bradley has no place to go. As Bobby Morgan,
Jesse Day also went on the tackle, and Eric Blair. I think that when you get down that far close to the goal line, one thing that you do smell is a safety, and I think that that's what this defensive unit was working for.
Big Dougal Spivey also in that tackle down at the bottom of the stack. So with 5:43 remaining, it'll be a 4th and 32, no gain on the play. As Ezell backs as far back in the end zone as he can, ready to take the snap, and he gets it. and hits one, an end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 35, down at the 40, and it's going to be allowed to roll down to the midfield stripe.
That was an excellent kick by Zell, coming all the way out from the back part of his goal line, and kicked that ball and ended up right in the middle of the field.
So the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 at midfield with 5:20 remaining to be played. And Eric Hutchins will now guide the Patriot offense.
Well, in the ball game, we've got Ron Livingston coming in as one of the offensive linemen. We also have David Cagle, which is checking in right now, and as you said, Eric Hutchins, quarterback.
Lynn Purrier is in at one wide receiver and Jim Snodgrass at the other. The pitch is to Morgan. Morgan tries to put a move on, but he's hit as he gets down around the 48-yard line.
He's tackled that time by number 32, which is Jeff Warner, and number 19, which is David Ezell. And David is another one of these ball players that is playing offensively, defensively, and also on special teams. So you can see that, as you said, Bill, by having the number of players that we can 2 platoon and 3 platoon, it sure does help our ball club to wear down our opponents.
Morgan limping a little bit. He comes off, and Darren Cunningham into the lineup to replace him. The give is to Cunningham, and Cunningham finds some running room and then breaks out of a bunch down there and gets 3 extra yards as he gets down around the 42-yard line. Good job of running by Darren Cunningham.
Well, Cunningham fell right behind the block of Shane Ferguson. Shane is a sophomore. He's 5'10", 165 pounds, and also Ronnie Livingston. And both of these gentlemen are sophomores and juniors, and they will be doing a lot for this Patriots offensive line to give some of our starters a break in the 3rd and